I'm Hannah Kaplan, and this is the WCS Wild Audio Podcast, where you'll find reported audio stories covering the latest news and newsmakers from the Wildlife Conservation Society's Global Conservation Program, Zoos and Aquarium, and their many partners. We've got a great show today, so let's get to it.
In the eastern highlands of Papua New Guinea, a new kind of agreement has been signed. It isn't a contract with NGOs or a deal struck with companies. Instead, it's a pledge between clans, between neighbors, and with the land itself. This is the Yasina Conservation Deed, 2,000 hectares of ancestral forest now formally protected by the people who call it home. Hannah Kaplan has the story.
For generations, Yasina's clans have depended on these forests. The trees, rivers, and wildlife shape daily life and identity here. But pressures are mounting: climate change, deforestation, and the arrival of logging and mining. Before our father's time, we had a lot of animals in the forest. But for this generation, our population is increasing, and trees, birds, tree kangaroos that used to be plentiful are now dying and becoming scarce. The communities here made a choice. They approached the Wildlife Conservation Society, not to hand over responsibility, but to ask for technical support. They wanted help to formalize what they already knew, that their land is worth protecting, and that the best guardians are the people who live here.
Everyone has the responsibility to protect the environment. My name is Bennie, Atigini. My role with WCS as the Community Relations Manager. From that conservation deed agreement with Yasina, their concern within the environment is the threat to climate change and the threat to the increase of population in the community. One of the things that captures in the rules and penalties that trying to address is minimizing illegal logging and mining within this area. There is a lot of gold deposit within the area. That's why community has the concern to protect their biodiversity before any bigger industry can intervene into the area.
I have seen that a lot has been lost. We are damaging a lot of things. The future of the children is at stake. If we destroy the trees, kill the birds in our forest, we show we don't care about our children's future. So, if we protect it today, the children will have something to use in the future. In June 2025, history was made with the signing of a landmark agreement. At a village ceremony, marked by speeches, dancing, and song, the deed was formally signed. Forged between 5 clans across 4 villages, it establishes a 2,000-hectare protected area, divided into 3 zones.
Yasina Conservation Deed signing with block completing land use management plan. You will not see much.
If you have 4 or 5 clans in a area, they sign a conservation deed agreement within themselves, not with other partners or other stakeholders. Even WCS is part of creating that avenue for them to have that conservation deed. But it's not within WCS, but it's within the clans. And they have 3 different zones. Zone 1, that's the conservation area or restricted area. Zone 2 is buffer zone, which animal can pass through and people can use that to support their livelihood, but with approval from the clan leaders and the community management committee. Zone 3 is general use. Community can use that entire forest for supporting their livelihood and daily needs.
This work is supported by the Agence Française de Développement, or AFD, and the European Union-funded Sustainable Wildlife Management Program, implemented by a consortium of FAO, WCS, Sci4ICRAF, and CERAD. Support means providing tools like maps, strategic plans, and technical advice, while communities lead. These deeds are more than paperwork. They're a template for how clans can protect ancestral lands. With only a few conservation groups in Papua New Guinea, WCS is helping refine this model so more communities can follow Yasina's lead.
My name is Harshad Karandikar. I am the Conservation Director for WCS Papua New Guinea. I believe that the decision of the Yasina community to formalize the protection of their customary land by signing a conservation deed is a big step because it shows that small actions can have a big impact, and that Indigenous community-led ground-up efforts can go a long way in safeguarding our planet for the future.
The rules and penalties set is basically for protecting their main targets: water, tree species, animal, and their secret sites.
Jemima Massa, a Yasina women and youth representative, explains how the community is putting the new zoning rules into practice. We have 3 zones. Zone 1 and Zone 2 are restricted areas for hunting, and Zone 3 is where we can go and hunt for couscous, birds, and megapods. We can hunt there for food to eat. The Yasina Conservation Deed is a story of self-determination. It's about Indigenous groups choosing the future of their forests on their own terms. And it shows that when Indigenous peoples and local communities lead, conservation is more resilient and lasting. For WCS Wild Audio, I'm Hannah Kaplan.
Today's episode was produced and reported by Hannah Kaplan, with help from Dan Rosen and Nat Moss. The WCS Wild Audio Podcast is a production of the Wildlife Conservation Society. Stay tuned for our next episode, and don't forget to rate, follow, or review the show wherever you get your podcasts.